we're looking for Marshall, the ex-head of security, I think, who disappeared. There's this mysterious underground research area that we found. There's a new entity called the Former, which is kind of like at odds with the board, and Jessie finds herself kind of in a power, like being torn in this power struggle between these two entities. It's a quite interesting direction for the game to be going in, since the ending of the main story was quite lackluster to me, but particularly because of its kind of affirmation of the Federal Bureau of Control and of Jessie's kind of role as director, and I wasn't a huge fan of that. So it's kind of an interesting direction for it to go in. It feels like it's setting some stuff up for the sequel, Control 2, which I believe is in the works. So let's see how it all turns out. Before I hop back into the game, I would like to remind everyone quickly about our fundraiser for medical aid for Palestinians. This is an ongoing fundraiser that is just kind of like going on infinitely. We keep kind of raising the fundraising goal every time we hit it. Currently our goal is £2,250. We're just under £200 away from that goal. If you are able to donate, every little helps, and if you type in the command !Palestine in the chat, then you will get the link to the fundraiser. If you donate, then please let me know in the chat. And if you're watching on YouTube later, then the donation link is in the description for all of our videos. I'm just going to take a sip of tea. Okay, amazing. But just before I started streaming, I saw that Marcia Cross, the actress from Desperate Housewives, who plays literally like the Republican character, posted this really long all caps tweet, basically being like, "Fuck Israel, you're all evil," and I was like, wow. Yeah, she's right, but celebrities don't tend to be saying that shit. Not that we should be looking to celebrities on things like this, but I did, good use of a platform to just, in all caps, just like crash out and say that Israel is in the United States and etc. are all evil, and that everybody is evil. She's correct. And I have that kind of crash out on the regs, but I'm not like an actress famous for playing a Republican in a TV show. So alright, okay, so what am I doing again? Yes, I got the other power that the board didn't want me to have. But Former gave it to me. And I need to find the other thingamajigs in Research Site Gamma and the Canyon Rim now that I have my new powers. So yeah. I guess that now I can go back to... Where am I? I'm in the collapse department. I guess that I can go back to whatchamacallit. There was like a cave in Research Site Gamma that I couldn't access before because I didn't have the right powers. Also, let me try to unlock some of these areas. There looks like there's an area through there. Maybe it's through the transit corridor. that I can reach that? I don't know. But there seems to be some kind of mystery area. I want to see what's there. Okay, so transit engine through that way. Like sector lobby C? That looks like where I want to go. But I can't, sorry, wrong button. It's switching between games again. I'm continually getting buttons mixed up. I need some more power cores, please. I would like to go into the sector lobby. There we go. I assume that if I power up this thing, then I might be able to go in there. Right? Can I go into the sector lobby now, or is this just... No. Okay, I can't go up there for some reason. Okay, I do not know how to get there right now, so maybe I'll just come back later. No. Sorry, run is not L1, it is L3. Run is still not L1, it is L3. Okay, yeah, let's just, I guess, focus on our objectives for now, if I'm not able to find that secret area. So, yeah, let's hit up research site Gamma. I'm trying my best. I really am. I keep pressing L1 to run because that's the run button in Silent Hill 2 Remake, which I have been playing. I actually finished it yesterday, and it was really fucking good, I'm not gonna lie. But it was also, like, so difficult to play. I know I was mentioning this on my last stream. It's just really fucking scary and also, like, a bit emotionally difficult sometimes. Okay. How to get to research site Gamma. Nice. It's funny, like, when playing the AWE DLC, which kind of had the like light gameplay elements of Alan Wake, like where you had to shine the light to defeat the monsters. I was thinking a lot about, like, the use of, like, lighting and darkness in Silent Hill 2. And it was one of the better traits of Alan Wake that, like, it could be really intense and really scary. like the use of light and dark. So I am thinking that with Alan Wake 2, maybe they'll have kind of made some improvements on that system, but that makes me feel like it's going to be scary as fuck.
Certainly stranger than I like. But this place, it's something else. Floors crawl, walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. But no one does. How did we miss it? Northmore. Acting director in Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash.
Oh my god, they have the same name? Yeah, he is Ash Jr.
His bookworm son. The supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over.
This guy is such an incel. It's so funny. He's such a fucking, like, oh, I'm just a nerd. Nobody likes me because I'm a nerd. No, nobody likes you because you're annoying. And condescending.
Who should I be listening to? Weird entity A or B? Or neither?
Neither.
Let's just stay the course for now. The Bureau's in danger. We know we need to repair the nail. The astral plane will break reality on my watch.
This is what I've been saying, Jesse. You need to not listen to the weird entities. Oh my god. Ooh, oh no, it's that guy. I miscalculated. That is a guy that I cannot, and I mean cannot, do anything about. Oh, he's coming for me. Sorry, dude. We do not. That's not gonna work out. Oh, I'm feeling really crowded right now, you guys. You don't think you could give me a little space? I mean, I feel that we all have a problem here in terms of the ball thing that doesn't die, you know? Maybe we could team up for once? Okay, I don't know where I'm meant to be going, you know. Yeah, here, I guess. Sure. Yeah.
This is the director. I need backup at my location.
You better actually be useful this time. The last ranger that they sent was not very good at his job. I'm so glad I maxed out launch. It really is the best power in the whole fucking game. It's just me and launch against the world.
Nice to see a director out in the field.
Okay, alright. We get it. She's a girl boss. Okay. This way? Yeah. And that's the wrong button again. Oh, that didn't go the way that I expected it to. I knew there was a reason that I was levitating all the time.
The edging.
Okay, slay. Third down. Our recent confrontation yelling was in error. We determined you may have both tools upgrades. Only because you are the favorite current director. But do not listen, speak to former. You are welcome, grateful. Wow. That's funny. Actually, we've decided that you can have the powers, but only because you've got them already and you didn't give us a choice in this situation, and now we're trying to regain some sense of control. Oh, it's the name of the game. Oh. Make, unmake. Oh, wait, I don't understand. Is it meant to be perfectly spherical or no? Hold on, I need a higher ground. Sorry, I do not quite understand this puzzle. Okay. Nice.
They sure changed their tune all of a sudden.
They did! Okay, there we go, I guess. We are nearly fixed, they said. You have our appreciation, or something like that.
I'm overthinking this whole board former thing. They can sort out their own business so long as it doesn't get in my way. Obsessing over these problems is something Trench would do, but I've got my intuition. And you?
Sure, Jesse. I just, like... You know, this director thing, you know, it's not such a good idea. That's all I'm saying. Who's to say, and I guess this would be an interesting direction to take Control 2 in, right? Like, she thinks that she's so much better than Trench, like, she thinks that, you know, she's not going to be manipulated by the board or Former or anyone. Like, she thinks that she's independently minded and she's got her own thing going on, and, like, it's all about her coming into her power as the director, but, like, I'm sure that the previous directors thought the same, and, like, it would be an interesting direction for Control 2 to go in, that, like,
Director Faden?
What if she does become somehow, like, corrupted by all of this? You know, I think that would be something that would potentially redeem the ending of this game. And I think you could still kind of, like, have sympathy for Jessie as, like, a complex character, because, like, I've talked about it before, but, you know, it is very much the case that her upbringing and the way that she's been groomed for this, and the way that she's been psychologically manipulated for this without even knowing it her whole life.
Hiss got in. The nail. Pile of smoking rubble.
Marshall blew up the nail? What the hell was she thinking?
Is a thing, and I, like, it would be an interesting direction for it to go in, that, like, you know, she is a character that's, like, empathetic because of these circumstances, but, like, she gets manipulated into this role, and then it corrupts her the way that it corrupts the others, because, like, fundamentally, like, this organization is evil. And it's, like, you know, it is the thing, like, some people go into the police force because they think that they'll be doing good,
This bleed is just getting worse and worse.
but then, you know, some people realize, obviously, most people become, like, deeply corrupted by it, and because, you know, the structure forces them into all sorts of, like, different kinds of violence, because that's the nature of the role of being in the police or similar institutions. And but people who can kind of identify, like, you know, I came into this because I thought it would be doing good, and realize that they aren't, and realize what's happening to them, like, can quit and can reject that. So there is, I guess, still potential in Control 2 for it to kind of go in that kind of direction. But I do kind of feel like this would have been totally fine as a standalone game, and it didn't kind of, like, necessarily need all of that. Astral Collision. But we will see, I guess, what happens with Control 2. Yeah.
That's the cave sand. Looks like the astral bleed goes both ways.
I watched a film, like, earlier this year, I think, that did a really, really good job of subverting propaganda in that specific way. It's called Santosh, directed by Sandhya Suri, who I think is a British Asian director, but it's set in India, and it's about, like, an Indian woman who becomes a police officer for like a variety of reasons, but she thinks that, you know, in that role she can do something about violence against women in India. And throughout the course of the movie, she realizes how much like the police as an institution are the problem, and she recognizes how it's turning her into someone that she doesn't like. And sorry, this is like spoilers for it,
That didn't go so well.
but she ultimately, like, at the end of the film, like, rejects that institution and decides to quit. And the whole time I was watching that movie, I was like on the edge of my seat, because I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. Like, is it gonna be propaganda? Is it not gonna be propaganda? But it ended up being very satisfying in that, like, it's a movie about a woman who, like, joins the police because she thinks that she can do something as, like, a woman in the police force, and then she sees it kind of how it corrupts people. She sees it corrupting her because that's what the institution does, and her response, and this is crucial, is not to be like, oh, you know, it's just like a few bad eggs, like, if it were me, then I could change things. Instead, she's like, no, that's like, this institution is like fundamentally corrupt, and she quits. She rejects it. She decides to leave. And it was really good, to be honest. I don't think I've really seen a film at all that's kind of taken that approach, and it was really, really good to see that. And obviously it speaks a lot to kind of like issues within contemporary Indian society, and like violence against women, like Islamophobia, religious violence, like caste violence, things like that, and how the police like uphold those structures. So it's a really good film. I really, really recommend it. It's so good. Oh, hey, Furush, live from work, putting me on podcast mode. Nice to see you. How are you doing? How's work going? What film? Didn't catch that. Okay, so super, super recommend this film. It's called Santosh, which is spelled Santosh in the Romanized version, and it's a Indian film. The director is like British Asian, but it's like very much set in India. It's like in Hindi language. And I was just saying, basically, like, it is a really, really good, like, anti-propaganda film that specifically has this story of this woman joining the police force for a variety of reasons, and then ultimately, and I guess I'm bringing it up because I'm kind of, like, contrasting it to this game, or what's been in this game so far. She kind of realizes through this that the institution is corrupt. It's turning her into a person that she doesn't like, but like, it's fundamentally the institution is that way, and she needs to leave it. And it's a really, really powerful film about kind of like the various issues in contemporary India today, like Islamophobia, violence against women, like the caste system, things like that. And it's just really, I think what's great about it is the fact that she's not like doing that thing again of being like, you know, it's just a few bad eggs, like, it's can be fixed from the inside, I can fix it, like, the answer is to join and be the good cop. Instead, the film very much frames it as like, no, there is no good cop, like, you can join this because you think you're going to be able to do good, that like you're a good person, but fundamentally this is an evil institution. So yeah, it's just a really, really good movie. If anyone wants like a genuinely fantastic like anti-propaganda film, then that's it. Couldn't recommend it more. Easily one of the best films I saw this year. I saw it in the cinema, it was fantastic, and then I actually got to go to a Q&A with the director, Sandhya Suri, and it was fantastic. Like, I've been to a few director Q&As in my time, and a lot of them I've regretted going to, but she was so fantastic, and it was wonderful hearing her talk about the film. in a way that was very like, she lets you draw your own conclusions, but she kind of gave some insight into the background of the film and why she made it the way that she did, and so it was like a great Q&A as well. And I think that was her first feature film non-documentary, so like fiction. Because initially, apparently, she wanted to do a documentary about violence against women in India, and then she kind of ended up wanting to tell this fictional story, but very much like a realist film. And anyway, it was an amazing debut feature film, and apparently her next work is going to be like sci-fi, which is so exciting. But she's one to watch out for because it was a fantastic film.
Reminder, the Bureau does not have windows. If you notice a window, immediately close your eyes and make your way to the nearest safe room. You are permitted to fashion a blindfold from an article of clothing. Any resulting lapse in dress code will be excused. Thank you for your attention.
Amazing. I'd actually be interested to hear if anybody has any other films that they would recommend that are like actually ACAB in like a good and interesting way. Not like it's like, and I feel I need to be firm in saying like not it is almost ACAB or not it could be ACAB, but like it's properly ACAB and it's like really good. If anyone has any recommendations on that, I'd definitely be interested. Any media, actually. I'd be super interested in that for sure. But that's my recommendation that immediately comes to mind. I think I might have put it on... Sorry. My recommendation list for a month this year. So for people who don't know, who aren't members of our Patreon plug, sorry. We do a monthly recommendation list of things that we've been playing, reading, watching that we think that you'll like, and usually we kind of try and keep it within the Game Assist mission. So, you know, is it like politically good or like politically interesting or aware in a specific way kind of thing. So yes, that is exclusive to members of our Patreon. Obviously we recommend stuff on the fly in streams and stuff like this, but for people who are interested in our monthly recommendations, you can get that as a member of our Patreon. There we go. Eat you at your friend. Cool. Oh, fuck. Did I drop it? I think I did. Oh, I see. Doesn't fit in there? It looks like it should fit in there. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, it looks like something needs to be dropped from the top. Oh, how do I do this? I can't go that high, can I? That's the abyss, so no. Oh, wait. Maybe it's as simple as that. Nice. It is as simple as that. Love it. Love to see it. Yeah, I mean, on... you know, I've kind of said that I think that maybe... Oh, I did not mean to throw that, but whatever. There's still an opportunity for this game to go in that ACAB direction, but we'll see. And I'm not gonna, like, pin my hopes on it, you know what I mean? I don't think it's wise to do that. I was talking off stream to Fia about this game, and they were kind of saying that it feels like Remedy Entertainment are like really inspired by TV, and so in a lot of ways the games are set up like installments of a wider thing rather than like standalones necessarily. And I think that that has its, you know, benefits potentially and also downfalls. I think that, I don't know, if it were me, I would have treated it like it's a standalone game, and then if you get a sequel, nice. But what if you don't get a sequel, you know? It just seems like you're banking on that a little bit. Slay, shoot crystals, and oh, there we go. Ooh, close call. I literally yesterday finished my first playthrough of Silent Hill 2 Remake, which I mentioned earlier. I did really, really love it. Although, yeah, I am a fake gamer, I have no point of reference or comparison because I haven't played the original Silent Hill 2 yet. But it's what I found interesting about that game is, like, basically I'm getting into a bit of a, like, Silent Hill, like fixation, I guess, for lack of a better word. Just been like watching a lot of like analysis videos, like interested in what goes on in some of the other games. And the interesting thing about it is that it seems like Silent Hill 2 is the only one that's approached as like a standalone story. Because I've never played a Silent Hill game before, and I played it and I thought it was amazing, and like there was no need for me to have played a Silent Hill game before or know anything else about Silent Hill, which I think is great, but it doesn't seem like the other installments in the franchise are like that at all. It seems like they're like connected through doing more of a like lore building thing about the town and about this like cult. The cult stuff isn't really, like, present in the second game either. And I think, like, it is what it is, and, you know, I haven't played a lot of them, I'm not gonna, like, make any premature judgments. But based on playing Silent Hill 2 alone, I was like, I feel that this has great potential to just be, like, an anthology series. And I think that, I don't know, I think that when you make a game and you set it up for, like, this is gonna have a sequel, or this isn't over yet, it's just, like... I feel cynical about that kind of thing in general. Like, I hate it with, like, fucking Marvel movies. I mean, I don't watch Marvel movies anymore because not only are they shit, but it's also just, like, giving money straight into the hands of the US Department of Defense. But yeah, I think it's like, I do have an issue with that as a storytelling technique. Like, unless, I don't know, maybe you've planned a trilogy or something, you know what I mean? Like, the Lord of the Rings trilogy or whatever. Anyway, I'm not trying to complain about it too much, but it's just like not something I have an enormous preference for. I think I feel a bit cynical about it in the context of capitalism, right? Because it's like, oh, you're setting up for more games or more movies because you want to make more money and you want to do, like, create a franchise so that people get really invested in fandom, and when they do, you can make more money off of them. Yeah, like cash grabs, that's it. And it's like, I'm not trying to accuse Remedy of that, but I just, like, I don't know. Yeah, there are a lot. There are a fucking lot. I think in a lot of ways it, like, it dominates the creative industry. And I mean, even calling it the creative industry is, like, indicative of how capitalism has, like, shaped art into something that's, like, about producing and producing and producing. And, like, it's not about telling stories as much anymore as it is about, like, creating fandoms and capitalizing on fandom. And capitalizing on the fact that, like, if you set up, like, all of this lore, then you can make all of these spin-offs, and you can make all of these sequels, and every time you do, the fans will buy them, and you make merch and the fans will buy them. And it's just, like, it's such a cynical approach to things that I really, really hate. Truly. Okay, yeah, I can't make that, can I? Whoopsie daisy. Let me get back. So I think maybe that's kind of part of why I don't... The way that this is clearly set up for, like, a sequel is something that I feel, like, kind of whatever about. I guess because nothing is without context, right? As long as, I don't know, maybe if I knew that it was like, Control is going to be a trilogy and then it will be over and there will be no more fucking Control games, you know what I mean? Then I think I'd be more satisfied. But, I think I feel kind of skeptical when something's set up for a sequel and it's like, you have no idea how many installments they're gonna have. So, are they just gonna set it up for endless fucking cash grabs? It's hard for me not to feel that way. This is still not high enough, is it? No, I'm gonna fall and die. That's what's gonna happen right now. And what a shame, because I got so close. Ah! Ah! Fuck. That was so close. Just let go, Daisy. Daisy? Jessie. I was reading your comment. Did somebody say Daisy in chat? Did I say Daisy? Okay, it's gotta be that I can get higher than this. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, right. Is this literally it? Like, I'm just trying to fucking... Like, this is the highest point I can find, so am I literally just trying to... Oh my god. What am I supposed to do? come on. Not missing it that time as well. Okay, well, I feel that I must be doing something wrong, so... Okay, well, before, while I fall and die, let me try and consult a walkthrough here if I can. Complete the ritual in the astral plane. Hold on. After cleansing the control point, the western section of the astral collision will raise the distance. I don't understand. So I cleansed the control point. Am I not supposed to go there? Am I just supposed to go back to the beginning? Is that where I meant to levitate down to? Well, fuck it. That's the only thing that makes sense, I guess. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, maybe I go back and I do the other side. Well, here we go. We've got some enemies, so I think potentially I'm on the right track. Hold on, let me switch back to chat. Wrong button once again, but that's fine. Okay, so one in there, and where's the other one? One in there. Nice. Okay, I think maybe I'm on the right track now. God, I wish I could levitate you guys. Anybody else hanging around? Nope. Okay, cool. Where are the sockets? Well, there's one. Is there another one? I feel like there's another one. There is. Come on. There we go. Okay. I also kind of want this outfit. But maybe with a pink harness, you know. As I said, for Princess Peach version. I don't even do rope climbing, you know. But actually someone has invited me to join a rope climbing like class, and I'm like, if it makes you happy, I'm happy to just boulder, but whatever. Rope climbing scares the shit out of me, to be honest, that's why. In case anybody was wondering. Hey, another control point. Actually, at some point, it would be fun to play Jusant. I don't know if it's like a streaming game in the sense that I don't know if I'd have much to talk about, like, with the politics of it, but I was looking at maybe getting it the other day because I wanted, like, some, like, kind of a chill game to play off stream, and, oh dear. Interrupting me, so rude. And apparently a big part of the gameplay in Jusant is just like climbing things, and I was like, they made a game for me. Just needs lesbians in it, lesbian climbing, and then I'll be all good. Cater specifically to my interests. Okay. Is that it? Or am I going higher up? Nice. Okay, I feel like I have some documents to catch up on reading. I will do that soon. We'll just get through this astral plane fucking challenge. Well, there we go. That looks like the end of the astral plane challenge.
Bid numbers 3 and 11 attacked my staff today. 2 fatalities. 3 terminated. As a result, we are abandoning the Foundation. More did order to crash
doesn't sound good.
I'll refuse. Northmore won't be happy, but so be it. I'm starting to see him for what he is. An impotent storm. Father Shane in a cheap suit.
Okay. Well, you're pretty pathetic too, buddy. You're not any better than these pathetic men. You're one of them. I love to telekinetically throw objects at my enemies. It's so good. Wish I could do that IRL. Should be, yeah.
I can't believe Marshall's brilliant plan was to blow up the nail. And she thought I wasn't ready.
Okay, Jesse, no need to make some kind of weird competition out of it. I mean, do you really want to be ready for whatever the fuck this is? Come on, there we go. God, you guys, I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. You're not making it fucking easy. Oh. was like... It's also so hot today, so this is just making me sweaty. There we go. Nice.
There. Easy as pie. Fuck. But that's the last one. I fixed it, didn't I?
Nail, leave, end. Do you want me to go? I mean, I can go. But I don't know where. I'm guessing not that way, you know. Ah! And this is the way I came, so... Where do you want me to go, Former? I can see some crystals down there. Here we go. Nice. I just have magic powers at this point, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's all like power natural abilities, blah blah blah, but this is just magic at this point, you know? And you don't need to be like a science guy about it, it's just magic.
What the hell is all that? Things should be better now, not worse. Emily will know. I hope.
Okay, back to... Oh, sorry. Me, your problematic protagonist, heading back to my problematic girlfriend. Let's go. Emily. What up, girl?
What did you do? What is causing
Oh,
these tremors?
okay. Bit hostile.
I thought you could tell me. I completed the 4 rituals, just like the board told me to. The astral bleed should have stopped. It has stopped. The nail is repaired. But we have a new problem. My analysis of the nail indicates that it is literally a piece of the astral plane. Or possibly a vessel containing the astral plane. Or both. Either way, right now both dimensions are vibrating at completely incompatible frequencies. The spatial friction they are generating is incalculable. It's going to destroy both planes.
I messed this all up. Maybe Marshall was right to destroy the nail. I should have left it in pieces.
No, then the astral plane would still be leaking in. Sometimes there's no right answer, Jesse. We need more information.
No. I need to fix this now.
Yeah, but how can you do that without understanding what's happening?
We should really make a plan.
Yeah, she's right.
The tremors are originating from directly below us, but we don't know what...
Perfect. I'll head down and take care of whatever's going on.
How?
Just do what you can from here.
Jesse, you can't just...
I have to, Emily. I'm the director. This is on me.
Oy, oy, oy. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
See? I told you we were gonna die down here.
Calm down.
Bureau researchers do not panic, Dr. Saba. Keep monitoring those tremors and get me some actionable data.
Yeah, sorry, I'm with Emily on this one, but there's clearly something going on with Jessie. Like,
Don't be a stranger.
in terms of the pressure that she's putting on herself as the director and like blah blah blah.
If you're not gonna listen to me, then you better go figure out how to stop this. There's no telling what could happen if the vibrations escalate.
Fair enough. But let's ask her some questions. No, she's right to be upset with me. I'm moving mad.
Any progress with the nail?
Of course. I've been busy with surface analysis. Its composition is remarkably similar to that of material found in the astral plane, but it alters itself between my observations. It's almost as if it doesn't like being examined.
No kidding.
So the nail is from the astral plane.
Who likes being examined?
Not necessarily. See, if we assume that, we're suddenly facing a lot of new questions. How did something so large get out of the astral plane? How did it get inside the oldest house? Did a threshold bring it in? Did people? Maybe through the motel.
Maybe it was always here.
Doubtful.
Have you spent any time looking into the crystals growing around here?
As if I could resist. The biggest question is where it comes from. A threshold? Or is it native to the Foundation? But if so, why doesn't it grow in the rest of the oldest house? The fact that they returned to an earlier state when damaged is severely inconsistent with our reality's adherence to linear time. So either they're A, partially conscious, or B, organic elements that are foreign to and yet influenced by our dimension. The jury's still out. Have you learned anything about the crystals?
I have a power that lets me stretch them.
Huh.
Yep. Any idea what Marshall would be doing down here?
That information is on a need-to-know basis, Faden. Sorry, I can resist. But honestly, I
No,
never
that
had much
was
interaction with
funny.
Marshall. She only came to me when she was looking for Darling. But this is Helen Marshall we're talking about, the woman who single-handedly dealt with the Bergen Peak AWE. If she's down here, it's because she needs to be.
Well, clearly she couldn't handle this one on her own.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely something going on with Jessie right now. Which again, I guess in terms of like how it's setting up for Control too, like she feels a bit cocky, like she's like putting Marshall down a lot and she's being like, oh, like I'm ready, I can handle this, like I'm special. Like I feel like she's gone in that direction, but now like she is like panicking because she has like lost her sense of like what is going on, and her sense of control is the name of the game. So there's definitely something like going on there, which again, okay, maybe sets it up in an interesting direction for the
I'll see
sequel.
you later, Emily. Good luck. Take notes.
Whatever you say. I think that I am going to try to go to a couple of the secret areas before I do the pyramid quest. So, yeah, let's try and figure that out. So I'm gonna start.
We don't know what's out there, so please try to be careful.
Gonna start by heading to the cave system and see if I can go into that secret area. But let's upgrade some abilities first. I guess let's upgrade melee, even though I never use it. Yeah, let's head into the cave system and see if we can find a way into whatever that is. And it's not that way, so I think I've got to go into the deep cavern the way I did before and then kind of figure it out from there. It's one of my issues with this map is that it can be kind of difficult to determine what's like on what height level, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm heading through here and then I think I want to go into the cave bleed. I'm just running away from enemies now. I don't care. And through the cave bleed, through the deep cavern. And potentially that's how I find where I'm going. Okay, how do I get up there, though? It's too high up, isn't it? That's just going to take me back to the Crossroads. But I'm so glad that I never did any of the, like, side quests that the board asked me to do. And I mostly did that because I'm lazy, but, like, I couldn't be asked. But now I'm feeling superior because can't trust the board. Okay, how do I get into the fucking deep cavern, then? Yeah, it's too high up. Fine, let's... head back to the Crossroads. There isn't a closer control point, is there? I could try and get to the other area, see how well that goes. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's try and see if I can find out where I'm meant to be going in the collapsed apartment again. That is back the way I came, I think. Yeah, that's gonna take me that way, isn't it? Okay, I forgot that that was the way through here, right? Oh, hello. Is this how I get to Sector Lobby C? Oh! Hello! Damn. Okay. Can I go down there at all? Or is it just... Like, it says that the secret area is down there. Takes me back that way. Is this it? This is not it. But I've opened that door, I guess. Transit access.
Properly trained. Guess I pass. I am very properly trained.
Okay. Yeah, I do feel like she's developed some kind of like arrogance. Like, confidence is fine, but the way that she's been acting in this DLC, there's definitely something to it. Ah, secret area found.
I remember that camera. How the hell did it get out? Are they shooting movies now?
Oh, funky music. What the fuck? Cool. What? Jesse Faden starring in Swift Platform. Oh my god, what?
After that camera, and step on it.
Okay, this is awesome. What the hell? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the music is musicking. Oh hell yeah. Can I control this thing? Or do I just... Ah! Wait, hold on. Can I control this thing? No. Oh my god, this is like one of those fucking, what do you call it? Games. I don't... What do you call those games where you're just like on a track moving forward and then you have to move the thing? Okay. I guess that I must levitate. Okay. I timed that badly, but...
No way am I sharing a spotlight with you.
Oh, I thought it was like resetting me, but I guess it's still going. This is fun though, mostly for the music. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Ah! Oh. Okay, I'm not very good at this, but it is fun. This music is so vibey. Oh, it's the camera. There we go. Nice. I feel like this is a really fun little concept. I do think that it's a little bit difficult to control, but that's okay. Okay. Oof, managed it that time. I feel like if you could steer the thingamajig, it would be fine, but I can understand why that is not the case. Because then the music and the vibes would be giving like Sayonara Wild Hearts, you know what I mean? Third act villain! Oh, that's funny. You'll never catch me, third act villain. I love this kind of music so much. The sexy saxophone solo, incredible. This game's soundtrack has some real fucking bangers. I'm gonna be... Oh, you're in my face. What are you doing in my face? There we go. You know, narratively, I felt that there was no kind of emotional drive between the third act villain and the protagonist of the story, but... Nice. Well, that was a fun little side thing.
Wait, what? We're back? What happened? Felt like a dream.
Where's the altered item? Where is it? Oh, I've done it. I've cleansed it. Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad I saw that. It is nice to inject a little bit of whimsy into this, and I think that the kind of like arcade thing in this kind of have inserted a bit of whimsy that I have enjoyed. But the controls on that weren't like the best ever. The music was amazing though, so I can't complain. Okie dokie, let's head back to the control point in the collapsed department. And I'll give it one last go to see if I can find the cave area that I'm looking for. And if I can't, then I'm just going to go back to the main quest. No, I don't want to go that way. Whoopsie. I want to go this way. Oh, come on, you guys. Just let a girl do her thing, you know? Let's go. We're gonna try the cave system one more time. That's what we're gonna do. Nice, okay, I had not seen that before. And that is an area that is being referred to as the chasm, which is really promising, isn't it? Well, there we go, that's the secret area. Okay, cool. Glad I managed to figure that out. Okay, I've got a backlog of our, oh my god, I can speak. A backlog of documents to read, so I'm just going to take a second to catch up on some of these. Let's start with correspondence. Shift account part 1. To whoever finds this, I am containment processes designer Jean Gibbs, and I'm writing this to document the largest building shift to ever occur. Here are the facts. A considerably large section of the containment sector, including the processes and protocols office, our research facilities, and a fair chunk of the fire break has been yanked down to a chasm that reaches far below lobby level, I think. It was a violent shift, and I regret to report several casualties. Injuries were sustained by all, but many of us, myself included, are still mobile. We've set up a base camp and started triaging. There are little supplies. We explored our surroundings and found caverns of all things. Maybe we're in some kind of cave threshold, like the quarry. Wherever we are, we're not the first. There were some rusty power cores, old lights, signs, infrastructure. What was this area used for? Why did they seal it off? Why have we never heard of it? More importantly, how are we going to get out? Part 2. Gibbs reporting in. It has been 8 days since the collapse and still no sign of any rescue efforts. The Bureau is either completely unaware of our situation or are incapable of helping us. Or maybe it's intentional. How many times have we seen the Bureau not give two shits about its own hardworking staff when they go missing in this place? How many times did we let it slide, thinking, oh, at least it wasn't me? Too many, I'm ashamed to admit. Anyway, there have been some developments. Strange crystals have begun growing through the walls. They seem to block some corridors, but not others. The path to the caves is always left open, but we're not sure why. Luckily, the crystals keep out the astral spike. One's been hounding us for days. John, Nicolay, and Sara went out to find a radio but never came back. We think the spike got them. I think it's hunting us. Doug says spikes only exist in the astral plane, so what the fuck is it doing here? If we get out of here, I'm hiring a lawyer. These are unsuitable working conditions. The guys don't even know what a fucking trade union is, but of course they don't. They're government operatives, and union busting is part of their deal. It's clear no one is coming. We're running out of ideas and supplies. We tried going into the caves to find anything edible, but all we found were noxious gases and endless pits. The crystals only let us go one way, even though we could see the caves branched out. We did find some weird spiky pillar. I only got a glimpse of it before the astral spikes attacked. There were a few of them this time. Sorry. We lost a lot of people. There's only 6 of us left. We didn't ask for this. We didn't want to come down here. I'm convinced something brought us here. The others say I'm going nuts, but it's clear this was no house shift. Shifts slide a bathroom sector over or rotate a hallway. They don't drop full divisions into some caves. We were brought here, I know it. But for what? Why tear us away from our lives just to torture us? If this is some sort of test or mission, then here's some advice for whoever's running it. Give out clearer instructions next time. I hope these notes are a good read for whatever ranger finds them. Fuck you. Put that in your report. Okay, that's the shift account. And then we've got some dead letters. Computer program. Dear House of Representatives. Great start. My husband Francis read an article before he died about how the universe was really just a computer program. He believed it. I thought it sounded silly, but now I think he was right. Francis was hit by a car a few months ago. A drunk driver. I don't think it was supposed to happen. My neighbor's son, Jeremy, broke one of our windows with a football a week before Francis died. Francis yelled at Jeremy for it. He was a bit harsh. This is important because I see Jeremy on his computer through their living room window. He's on it all the time. His mother says he's a computer whiz. I think Jeremy is operating the computer program, and he changed the universe so that driver would hit Francis. He did it to get back at Francis for yelling at him. That is a bit intense. Is there a way to change the computer and make Francis come back? I have some money if it's expensive. I don't know how these things work. I don't care if Jeremy gets in trouble or not. I just want Francis to come home. Francis and I were very happy together. I can feel him not being here, and I know it's not right. Sincerely, Stephanie Miller. Reading these, it just makes me so sad that, like, again, part of the Bureau of Control's thing is that they want to, like, control knowledge about the paranatural, and they want to, again, like, have control, like, power over the paranatural, and keep that away from ordinary people. And reading all these letters of ordinary people just being, like, afraid and confused and thinking that they're crazy and, like, they're, like, desperate and they just want someone to, like, validate what they've experienced, and they want, you know, some kind of control over the situation which is being denied from them. And it's just really sad reading these letters, because you read them and you're like, these fuckers, they just, like, let people suffer, you know. Like, how could you not read this letter and feel, like, empathy for this woman and think, like, why wouldn't I, like, do something to help her? But they just read, like, collect these and read them, and they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It just makes me sad reading some of them. Thank you for redeeming a stretch, Boosh. I'll have a little stretch. Okay. My wires are everywhere. I'm trying to, like, get out of my chair. And all of the wires are caught and stuff. Ugh, okay. Because you can't see me, I can do a full stand-up and stretch without it being weird and embarrassing on face cam, so a win's a win. You can't see me stretching, but you're just gonna have to trust me. Doing my little ankle stretches, which are good for when you've been sitting down for a long time. Layla's got up because she's confused. Because I got up. Okay. Nice. Thank you for redeeming that. Good little stretch. Okay. And I will. Now we'll do another one shortly because I think I'll see what's down in this chasm and then maybe take a break. During which I will do even more stretching. Okay. Sorry. The game seems to have gone off of that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, let's read some more of these dead letters, but that's, I feel like when I read them, that's what I think about. Green. I don't know if you can see this because I don't know if I'm really here. I see a pen in my hand. I see myself, but it's all wrong. It's the wrong angle. It's the wrong me, and it's all green. Look out for the color green. Everything turns green when it's close. Don't let it get close. Don't let it in. But if you do, no matter what, you do not speak to it. Please, I need you safe, Peggy. I don't want you to end up here too. I don't know where I've gone. New language. For immediate publication, I learned a brand new language. The fish taught me. You probably don't believe me, so I will prove it. I'm not going to read that. See, they published this letter and maybe other fish speakers will get in touch. They'll be able to read my address even if you can't. Jebini Rog, Larry Humbert. Cool. I'm glad that he can talk to the fish. Good for him. Dear Science, there's a person in my pet salamander. He has human eyes. Why doesn't anyone else see him? I think it's like werewolves, but with every animal. Were-dogs, were-cats, were-otters, were-butterflies, were-everything. There are people inside and they can't get out. They're stuck in the animal body. It's not all animals, but it can be any animal. My parents don't believe me. Maybe this has happened before. I thought you should know. Sincerely, John LeMaine. Yeah, I just read these and I'm like sad that nobody is like validating these people. Like they feel alone and they feel crazy and you could help them, but you don't. Another reason to hate the FBC. Okay, we've got some case files. Kiev summary. So this was the Kiev AWE. A series of reverberating sounds observed in downtown Kiev with no clear point of origin. The event was witnessed by the city's general public. Mental and physical symptoms were reported, including aphasia, sleep paralysis, and excess redacted in the reported individuals. Due to the brief nature of the event, Overseas Bureau agents were not able to respond while it was active. Immediately upon arrival, agents collected audio recordings taken by local witnesses. All Bureau monitoring stations located at global junctions of acoustic amplification were directed to monitor any auditory events of similar pitch, wavelength, and duration in an effort to trace echoes or epicenters. In the following weeks, similar cases were reported from both various amateur sources and bureau stations in major cities across the globe. The subsequent events diminished in volume and frequency per each occurrence. Event is believed to be generated by planar friction, though this is not confirmed. Okay, we got a few altered items reports. Maneki Neko procedures. Containment, none known. Description, a ceramic beckoning cat figurine, common luck object found in Japanese storefronts. The following is a list of items observed, of the item observed altered effects. Non-corporeality, affinity for specific human behavior, and minor physical movement, waving its arm. Multiple simultaneous incarnations of this item have been observed. Whether these are independent altered items acting uniformly or replicated instances of AI-48 is unknown. How the item originally arrived in the oldest house is unknown, while they don't know anything. It was first discovered sitting in the director's chair and was immediately contained in a panopticon cell. The next day, an agent noticed 2 additional figurines had appeared. Hours later, all 3 vanished. The items had been sighted throughout the Bureau, appearing while agents perform redacted tasks. It is theorized that fulfilling certain unknown criteria will encourage the item to appear. Present location is unknown. Movie camera. Action Max camera. Containment procedure. The item should be isolated from any person or event that is objectively interesting, since its effect is activated by the presence of dramatic incidents. Love it. Same, girl. A movie camera used to make commercial feature films. Internal mechanisms are unremarkable. Subjects near the item will often experience a torqued version of reality, resembling the heightened drama and action of a movie. I don't know, I felt like it resembled a video game more than a movie. Whether these events are localized alternate realities or products of a hallucination is currently unknown. Additionally, the item seems to record footage from these incidents and creates VHS copies, edited in the style of short films. During their investigation, agents learned that a podcast titled Brian's Movie Den had reviewed the item-generated movie Delivery Disaster. The podcast's creator, Brian Henneman, was taken for questioning. The staff of Movie Night, the store Mr. Henneman rented from, were also questioned to no effect. Movie Night, that's funny. It kind of reminds me of Movie Palace, which is the video rental place from Lost Records Bloom and Rage. So that's like what I'm picturing in my head. More on the movie camera. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after a hospitalized mailman from redacted Arkansas claimed his injuries had been caused by a movie camera. Further investigation connected the incidents, AI-80, which was being shipped in the mail truck at the time. The packaged camera was later found in an empty warehouse. The return address led agents to a P.O. box located in the San Fernando Valley belonging to a company called Blessed Pictures. Whether Blessed Pictures is involved in the creation and dissemination of the item's VHS films is unknown. The following is a list of all known films believed to have been shot by AI-80UE. Shoot First, Die Last, unreleased. Item was used in the filming of an unreleased western in 1968 on the Italian island of Sardinia. A cast member was killed during an on-set accident, stopping production. It is believed that Blessed Pictures bought the camera when equipment from the shoot was sold at an auction. Other movies: Coffee Bullet, Billy's First Car, Bike Hard, and Delivery Disaster. Incredible. VHS cassette tape. The item's creation is the source of much research and debate. It was a product of the Bureau's first attempts to film, redacted, during Operation Shallow Tide. An agent was able to conceal themselves in an area frequented by Ati, at which point they began filming. The agent reported that the video camera showed no signs of disturbance during filming. Later, when reviewing the footage, the research staff became mesmerized by its altered effect. Measures were taken and altered evaluation began. Never before have Bureau personnel been so closely involved in the creation of an altered item. The experiment was quickly replicated, though not with the same results. The footage was simply useless in every subsequent attempt. This event spawned a great debate as to whether altered items are created by paranatural entities intentionally or otherwise. Similar experiments were prohibited soon after, as the creation of altered materials was deemed an action the Bureau should not engage in. Interesting. Okay, I need a reading break, so let's check out these hotline messages. Apologies, how embarrassing. Astral Fellows shades are acting hostile, very rude. We cannot direct behavior in external, not astral regions. Promise, fingers crossed. Okay. That's funny. They're being so rude, I'm so sorry. End of the world.
I snuck into the Foundation through a back door, I know. Had to get ahead of the hiss. Just a matter of bypassing the ritual protections. Luckily, the board's as distracted as the rest of the Bureau. I had to put on a brave face up there, but the situation is the worst I've ever seen. We're getting back on our feet, but we've already lost so much. Trench is dead. Darling is somewhere. I'm the only one left. But I still have a job to do. Keep the hiss back. There's not enough HRAs to spare, so I'll have to make do with what I've got. Frankly, I don't even know what will happen if the hiss take the nail. Trench made it sound like it'd be the end of the world. he was never one to exaggerate. Well, orders are orders, even if they come from a dead man.
Y'all all have a problem with following orders. Out of options.
The hiss got in. The Foundation is overrun. I was out of time and out of options. I took all the C4 I could get my hands on and strapped it to the nail. Boom. A desperate move. But it's better off in pieces than in enemy hands. Trent wouldn't be thrilled. He always said how vital the nail was. How it was the Bureau's duty to protect it. Bullshit. Those years spent in the director's chair warped his priorities. In the end, he valued order over people, the advice of invisible voices over that of old friends. He lost sight of who he was. The board made sure of that. But I did my duty. The hiss can't corrupt a pile of smoking rubble. My last act as head of operations. I'm done. At least I could take those bastards down with me.
Sorry, she was head of operations, not head of security. My bad.
Entry day plus 80.
Heard those already. Okay, just a couple of unread research records. So the first is compiled by Pope for Faden. Field research on astral entity, astral mimic. Astral mimics are physically indistinguishable from astral copies, but considerably more dangerous due to the fact that they possess para-utilitarian abilities. The most notable ability witnessed is levitation. It is unknown how this astral entity gained its paranatural abilities. The relevant objects of power are currently bound to Director Faden, which indicates the objects are not responsible. However, objects of power are intrinsically linked to the board and the astral plane. A similar link between the objects and the mimics could also exist. Or perhaps the board is able to dispense these abilities at their leisure, with no trial in the astral plane required. The prevailing theory, however, is that the entities are simply replicating observed abilities performed by the hiss, or even the director herself, thanks to prolonged exposure to our world caused by the astral bleed. And this is about the astral spike. Astral spikes are metastructural entities found in the astral plane. Their existence was confirmed when a single spike traveled into our dimension through the mind of an astronaut. Still a stupid word. Astral spikes seem to exist beyond our dimension's physical laws. They do not resemble any living creature or animate object we have yet encountered. They are dissimilar to astral copies, despite the fact that both originate from the astral plane. The spikes are immensely dangerous, emitting a wavelength that disrupts all organic and inorganic matter in their immediate vicinity, with catastrophic results. Discerning the nature of this wavelength has been difficult for obvious reasons, but the parakinesiology department continues to investigate. Refer to file redacted for full report. Okay, we're all caught up, so... Came down that way, didn't I? Okay, that's just stuck on now. Ah. Found footage. Use the altered item to escape the chasm.
I can't see a thing. Maybe I should have thought this through.
It's a TV, yeah.
It's so dark. How am I supposed to drag this thing out of here?
Is that Artie singing? It's on the TV. Yeah, it's Artie. Artie's on the TV. It's just footage of him doing his job. And humming.
This is fine, Jesse. You're okay. Just don't drop the TV.
Oh, that terrified me, sorry. Jump scare moment. Press square to drop a carried object. Wow, I could have done with knowing that sooner. How many times have I been carrying objects and I've been like, how can I just politely put it down? Maybe I should have known that earlier, but like, I did my best. I don't think the game told me that earlier. Oh, that is a shadow. That is terrifying. Alright, like, why don't I get those guys first? Yeah, let's handle all of you guys, shall we? There we go. You guys are all acting like zombies. It's a bit creepy. Okay, they weren't that scary, but they were just kind of like a little bit unsettling. See, with the flashlight before, I was like, can you not just hold it with your hands? Would that not actually be easier? With this, I can see why. Oh, no, thank you. I don't like that at all. They're just floating around, not that threatening. hate those things. Oh, where's the TV? Where's the TV? Oh. There's the TV. Where am I meant to be going? Like, what's the way out, you know? Because I don't even feel like I need to fight these guys. Because they're, like, so chill. Is that it? Like... Is it back there? Yeah. I just don't even need to fight them. They're so chilled out. Like... They're just standing around, like, they're not even trying to hurt me. I feel bad for killing all of those guys earlier, actually. Just a bit creepy, but it's not too bad.
Up there.
Oh, finally. Okay.
Back in the cell. Thank God.
Contain the altered item. There we go. Didn't need to put it in there so forcefully, but yeah. Well, that's that. Okay, no, I don't want to go back in there. Huh. I want to go back to where it is bright. Please. Enough of scary dark. Amazing. Okay. Now we're back onto the main quest. Get to reach the bottom of the nail. So let's head to the Crossroads. And reach the bottom of the nail, I guess. Cool, yeah, Crossroads. Reach the bottom of the nail. Maybe that's where I have to go down to crazy path I did before. This path, I mean. Or I could be completely wrong. Anything down here? Oh, welp. Am I just too far gone? Yeah, let me reload. Ah! Oh my god, I'm stupid. There's a hole right here. Yeah.
I hope I know what I'm doing.
You don't, Jesse, but here we go.
That was just the top of the nail? How much deeper does the foundation go?
Entry day plus 118. I have changed. Though it's hard to know how or why. I no longer need tools to detect the house's veins, to hear it breathe. I can feel its blood churning beneath my bare feet. I have added my own illustrations to the walls, trying to solve some mystery that the oldest house whispers to me. I have to avoid the it as I do so. They haunt me. I don't blame them. They're just following the pillar's orders. Even poor Adam doesn't seem to recognize me anymore. I've spent a long time contemplating the etchings of the tree and its roots. Did you know this city used to be a forest? I wonder if our oldest house wore a different face back then. Or if it was always here. A 21st century office building since time immemorial. Can a place know the future? Can it change its skin? Can it wander? I always thought the esoteric world was my father's, not mine. But here, in this sacred place, I finally understand his devotion and his awe.
Well, I guess he got over his whole, like, this has nothing to do with, like, theology.
The crystals are growing like crazy here. It's almost like they're trying to stop me.
Oh. Yeah, no, I fucked that one up. The crystals managed to stop me. They did it. Here we go. Nice close-up of Jesse's ponytail there.
Astral spike. HRA was damaged. The board said it.
When Marshall blew up the nail, the board attacked her. I don't fucking like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Oh, it is red and glowy in there. So that's traditionally
This is
good.
the director. I need backup at my location.
Nobody else hears the house.
Nice to see a director out in the field.
We were shown the way inside so we could help. But all we've done is fall victim to the same parasite. I should have seen the web earlier. The strands between Northmore, the pillar, the gun, the id. What hope did we have? Thrown into this conflict beyond our comprehension. I've decided to rejoin the Bureau in the upper levels, to end my long absence spent in the Foundation. Northmore will be angry at me for disobeying him. That's just his way. But I don't care. I need to remain in the oldest house to help however I can. I doubt I can steer the Bureau back on the right course, but I have to try. How did I go so long without a purpose? Without devotion? I can hardly remember how it felt. I realize how grateful I am to Father for setting me on this path. I wish I could tell him that.
I don't know about the right path. Dweeb. Okay, yeah. This is fine. This looks great to me. Oh, it's Marshall.
Marshall? You're alive.
Soon you will no longer recognize us, or yourself, or him, or her, or them. Family is dead. The walls are broken, but yellow and red and young.
God damn it.
Inverted is made right. Even in
Fuckers take everything. I am not letting you take this.
You've always been within you. You want this to be true.
Looks like she's moving too fast for my launches. Ah! Wow. Where is she? Where is she?
She can destroy the crystals too.
Oh, where is she? Let's handle those guys, I guess. Sorry, you're on my side. Assistant sent champion endure. Former is talking to me right now, which does not bode well. Oh, where'd she go? Where'd she go? Oh my god, what the fuck? Where is she? It's my ally, I guess. Oh, that is also my ally. There's Marshall. And she's disappeared again. Oh, where is she? Where is she? Sorry. Oh, that's a melee attack. Whew, okay.
The nail is corrupted. That explains why the board wasn't answering and what's causing the quakes. Marshall came down here to stop this. I should have been with her. I could have saved her, but I can still save everyone else.
We are cleansed, liberated, hallelujah. The foundation is stable, beaten, a-okay. We hope you will improve your attitude, loyalty.
Fuck you too.
Oh, I'll be sure to.
Let's play it smart. They don't need to know I'm onto them. Not yet, anyway.
Right, yeah. So this DLC has definitely planted the seeds of, like, there is now something wrong in the relationship between Jesse and the board, and now we have this other entity former. So they've definitely, like, set something up for, like, oh, there's gonna be a rift, you know, between Jesse and the board. How do I get back to the fucking Crossroads? Ah! Wow. Well, here's a path. Does that lead anywhere? No! No, it does not. Oh. I guess this must have been when I came down. Oh, it is dark right now. There we go. Okay. I was like, it's going dark very slowly.
Secure. The hiss can't touch it. I can't undo the astral bleeding in the foundation, but at least it stopped.
Along with the seismic activity. You did it, Jesse. Did you ever find Marshall?
I did. She's gone. She died thinking she'd save the Bureau. Not a bad way to go. I wasn't ready for this crisis. I didn't even see it coming. But I promise I'll be ready for the next one. I mean, what good is a director who can't hold her bureau together?
Okay, yeah, that's it. That's the Foundation DLC, and that is the game. That's Control.
I thought I know how to handle things, now that I'm the director. Clearly, it's not that simple. I need to choose a direction for the Bureau. It should be one that serves our goals, not the board's. Whatever those are. I need to lead my way.
Like, what are the goals of the Bureau, Jesse? And do we agree with those goals? You know? Because, you know, I've talked about this at length in the stream, but fundamentally the goals of the Bureau are to control paranatural forces and to keep them out of the hands of ordinary citizens and quote-unquote like foreign powers, which happen to generally be communist governments. Those are the goals of the Bureau. So, are you proposing a new set of goals, or are you just gonna detach from the board but still continue to kind of pursue those goals? Because the way I see it, I don't know how you can kind of reform this organization. Let's just have a quick chat with Emily.
If it isn't my favorite director. Now that this nail business is handled, I should probably be getting back to executive. But maybe I'll keep poking around. Just for a little bit.
Okay, we have a few things we can ask her about. Nail field.
Has the nail been doing anything since we restored it?
Define anything. Anything unusual? Define unusual.
Emily.
Sorry, but the answer is a whopping yes. Now that it's whole, the nail is emitting a constant field of, well, think of it like low-level radiation. It seems to suppress any biological matter it encounters. This explains why nothing grows here and why the Bureau had to abandon the area. Prolonged exposure would certainly begin affecting neural processes.
Wait. Was the field created when I cleansed the nail?
I considered that, but the nail's readings are quite different from the ones I recorded at the cleanse control points. I think the nail's field is purely of its own making. In fact, I think it would passively prevent any His corruption, like the HRAs do. Which makes me wonder what actually occurred when you cleansed the nail.
I've been wondering about that myself.
Did the board let the Hiss corrupt the nail? Do they want me to cleanse it? If so, why?
What do you know about Director Northmore?
Well, he was Director Trench's predecessor, and Northmore's famous for being the first board-appointed director. See, before we found the oldest house, directors were picked by committees of old men in suits, drinking cognac and smoking cigars or whatever. You know, standard, uninteresting methods.
I think the word you're looking for is bureaucratic.
Or antiquated. Regardless, Northmore was eventually forced to... Well, we don't need to go into that. Strangely, the only two board-appointed directors left the position under unusual circumstances. If the board appoints a director, then how do they retire them? I doubt they go out and buy you a gold watch. Sorry, Jesse, I didn't mean to imply that...
Don't worry. If anyone's getting shown the door, it's them.
Interesting.
What do you know about an entity named Former?
I can't say I've heard of it. You got any details for me?
Well, imagine a one-eyed bug thing. I think it was a part of the board, but then something happened and now it's separate?
Interesting. I always wondered if the board was some sort of entity or group or conglomerate of linked consciousnesses, but this supports the group theory. Although I could have undergone some sort of corporeal exile. Too many unknowns to form a working hypothesis yet, but I can prioritize this matter in future astral dives if you think it's important.
Fortune favors the prepared. Do it. I'm gonna keep looking around.
I wish I could go with you, but I still need 30 hours of training before I can do field work.
We'll work on that.
See? I told you we were gonna die down here.
Bureau researchers do not panic.
Well, I've sorted the situation. You don't need to panic anymore. Okay.
You got this, Director.
I think now that's it. I can't really be bothered to like go around and talk to any of the other people. But let me head back to executive. I can't see why we would have new dialogue with anyone
Close
else.
to his portal, or whatever it is we're calling it. If we could just flush out the stragglers.
Yeah, I think we're
I'll see you later.
done.
You know where I'll be.
Okay, amazing. Then I do think... Yeah, that's it. Couple of straight collectibles. VHS tape procedures. Containment procedure. Item has proven impossible to fully contain when in proximity of human beings. Item is to be sent to redacted in the redacted of the oldest house in order to prevent any future access. Description. A VHS video home system, tape cassette. Item will not eject from the television player used at the time its altered status became evident. The VHS plays footage of redacted, cleaning a floor, and dancing. Entity A001. Artie. Artie is some kind of entity? This footage renders individuals incapable of movement, speech, or thought while the television screen is within view. This effect is estimated to last indefinitely, though the most time spent in this state by a subject is 21 hours. Individuals only recollect hearing strange music during their entranced state. Footage plays on a constant loop even when the television is not connected to a power source. Even when the television and its footage are contained within an enclosed cell with no window, agents in its proximity have been driven to open and enter the cell by the item's entrancing nature.
Entry day plus nobody else.
Another crisis workday resolved. But scrutiny is not permitted, enjoyed. Tell the sidekick Pope Snoop to leave. Please, immediately. Before it is time to begin, become. The next task, chapter, stage. We will be with you soon, Jesse Dylan Faden. The interchangeability of Jesse and Dylan to the board is also interesting, and to the bureau is very interesting. They want me to get rid of my girlfriend. Not gonna happen.
I tried to get out after the detonation, but the astral spike came out of nowhere. I escaped, but my HRA was damaged. I'd bet a year's salary the board sent it. We never did see eye to eye. They have too much control over Trench, the Bureau, the House. They make themselves part of every important process. Nothing a little C4 can't fix. 2 birds, 1 bomb. Christ, what a mess. But I stopped the hiss. I did it. If Faden did her part, then the Bureau is safe. Until the next thing. Jesse has good reason to hate the Bureau. But that could be what we need right now. She won't follow the same path. Won't fall into the same traps. She'll lead her way. So, Director Faden, here's my last lesson. You can't save everybody.
She does have good reason to hate the Bureau, and therefore she should not be leading it, unless she's going to take it down from the inside, but I've said that a billion times now. Okay, my friends, that is it. That is Control. That is the game Control, including the AWE DLC and the Foundation DLC, which are definitely teasing Alan Wake 2, a game which now does exist and which I will be playing, and Control 2, which I do believe is in the works. So yeah, I don't feel like I have much more to say. I feel like I've made my opinions clear. I do think that this DLC, in setting up for Control 2, does potentially lay some interesting groundwork. I think the groundwork laid for Alan Wake 2 is potentially interesting, but yeah, I don't know. I think that, like, my general feeling is, like, I did like this game a lot overall. Like, I liked it way more than I liked Alan Wake, the first one. But I've expressed my kind of, like, hesitations about it, like the things that I didn't necessarily like politically and narratively, even gameplay-wise. And I think that so far my feeling with the Remedy games is like, there's good stuff here, there's good elements here, but like, where is this going, and does it feel like it falls short? And because there are like sequels that have been released or are in the works, it feels like you can't like completely make that verdict in a fair way necessarily, because like, you know, where are they going to go with the story next? Like, maybe it is going to do something like different, but also like, I don't want to be in an endless state of like, I can't make up my mind about these games because you know, the next game could change everything. So I don't know. I would say as a standalone thing, the like with the ending and the politics of it, it was deeply flawed, and I talked about exactly why. I'm willing to have an open mind that future installments might develop that in a more interesting way or improve upon things, but that is where I'm at with it at the moment.